here, and this is going to remain here for all of you, so don't panic too much. But you can make other ones if you want. That's going to be where I'm printing. So when I'm printing, for example, and I put my ink down there, and then I will get my piece of paper, and I put it to the corner here, matching it up, and slowly place it down corner to corner. Alright, that's just letting you know. I will go through that with you as we go through the process, because I'm going to do a demonstration now. But that's what your registration template is, so that you get it all the time the same. And even when we use the press, you'll have a registration template. Really important, especially with multi-block, you'll need it even more. Alright, so the first one, we're not going to do the cow as the first one, which is a shame. Love to do that. These are your matrices. This is the dry area. So this is where you can come. So this is the way it's going to work. You will ink up here. There's only 3 stations, so don't take too long. Once you've got your inked up matrix, you can come over here and we'll do the first one, which will be the subtractive one. And you can use any of these tools and take bits off and make your picture. Once you're happy with your picture, we wander over here, we place it down here, we grab our paper and we barren it out, okay? Then we peel it off, which I'm going to show you, and there's one print. And if you want to go back in and do a ghost, you can as well. All right, happy with that?
Yep.
All right, so the first one I'm going to do with you guys is the subtractive. So, I've placed this paper here, this thin perspex here, because I want us to roller it not directly onto the device we're printing from, because we need the ink to be nice and consistent. You've seen what happens if you have too much ink, it goes all bloopy. If it's too thin, it doesn't pick up anything. It is a bit of experimentation. So you don't need a lot. We scoop it in. That's probably actually even a lot there. I'm going to smear it across here. It's going to take about that much. The brayer, or let's call it the roller.
A roller.
So when we're using the roller, people tend to just like to do that. But what's going to happen is it's not going to get right round the rubber. So the best way to work with this is to go different directions. Pick up, pick up, pick up, and move it across in different directions to make sure you get a nice covering the whole way through. What you're wanting is this sort of really soft shh sound. And if there's too much ink, it kind of has a really sort of, do you guys remember?
Sticky.
So can you see, I haven't put too much on, but I think it's quite nice. Do you think that's too thick? Do you think that's quite good?
Yep, it sounds good.
Yeah, it's got a nice sound. So then I'm going to take this directly over here. So 3 of you can work at the same time. And if you want to have it all over the matrix, you can. Or if you want to, you can just work on a section. Can you see how thin that is though? But if you want that effect, you can do it. But you have to keep inking up.
Sorry, Alice.
I'm trying to get my ink off here to go onto here.
Do we all need to make our own registration plate?
I would probably do your own registration plate.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually quite thin. It's not really worked as well as I thought it would. It's okay, we can just go back in. And you can see it there.
Yeah, bubbles. It's like bubbles and there's a lot there.
You can actually see how exhausting it can get.
Of course it is. That's why I didn't like it.
See, I liked it.
I think I like the etching. I didn't like the lino printing.
I think it hurt my hands. But if you want it really thick, I'd probably recommend going directly
Onto
the
that.
board.
I think it'll be easier.
I think it might be a lot better. This technique is, you can, I actually want to see what this effect would look like because it's going to take a very long time doing it like this. And that's probably, to be honest with you, this was a technique that I was told about only today. So I normally go directly onto the board.
Well, we did it directly onto the
Yes.
thing, didn't we, last
Yeah,
year?
We did.
But I just want to
Yeah.
see what this looks like out of sheer stubbornness. Sheer stubbornness going on here.
And the ink dries quick too, doesn't it?
You put
It
your
does.
roller
Very
on
much
that
time,
thing.
yeah.
It dries quickly, so make sure you put your
Close
lid
it.
on. And you don't want to take too long over your subtraction process, so I'm just going to grab a bit of this and create an effect. Because it's not too thick, the nice thing with this, by it not being too thick, I can do more line work a little bit better than when it's too thick. You can use any of these. You can get some water and put it on, and sort of when you add the water you can take more away than if you just use the brush. You can it's up to you. Obviously this is just a very quick version. And then I'm going to bring it over here and we're going to have a go and see if it looks any good. But they use, you should see some of the ones some of the artists use, and they use like different colours and layers, and it's beautiful the stuff they do. So I'm just going to make sure my paper lays neatly on top. And then I'm going to actually, so it doesn't wiggle around, I'm putting my two hands there. And I'm going to use a circular motion. And what you need to do is as you do it, you'll notice that the paper starts to polish and gets quite shiny because you want to make sure you've done it enough. But if I had too much ink, it would slip around, and it is slipping around there, I don't know why. I'm just going to go into the edges, I always go into the edges. Okay, let's see if this even worked. Yeah, so it comes out as a nice ghost print. If I put more ink on, it might change it, but you can actually see where the water is. Has an interesting effect as well. And a lot of artists do these things, and they like the effect, and then they can go back in with paints and all that sort of thing and create a more built up artwork as well. So, okay, so that's the first one I want you guys to do. Right, so we're going to do that now. I just want you to have a go at just to create one like that. Okay? Alright, so
Which
we've
one is
got-
better to use, this one or that one?
Personally, I prefer these ones, but I thought I'd give that one a go. So,
Yeah, because that
grab
one
your
is
matrices, three of
sleeping,
you
yeah?
here,
That one is sleeping.
three of you here, and then as soon as you've got it